Greetings, my name is Keisha and I'm coming to you from sunny South Florida down here in zone 11. And I'm going to just show you a few chores I took care of this past weekend. The weather got bad and my intro, I needed to redo it and I didn't do it. So now I'm going to show you what I captured. Hope you enjoy it.
In the garden we breathe all the flowers in line. Sunshine woman cause so.
When you go to harvest your broccoli, don't remove the entire plant. Just cut it a few inches below the main stem so that it can continue to grow. Also, the leaves on the plant are edible. They can be used in salads or wraps or cooked like you would a collard green or a mustard green plant. So I have some winter squash. It is a spaghetti squash. Right here in my hands. I'm going to just put these into the ground. In between plants I already have growing. I'm just going to push this seed into the ground. And I'm going to put a couple of here. And then as these come in, they will take over. Here I'm going to put it into the ground. Here. Those turnip greens will help protect it. My Bok Choy seedlings are going too close together. I'm just going to come in. I'm going to take up a little spot of them like this right here. I'm going to move them. I'm going to move them beneath my collard green and my broccoli because I know that in my zone, these will not last that long. So if I can just take a couple seedlings, I'll take these two. Okay, we'll take these seedlings. I'm gonna put them beneath the plant. The idea is that until, put it put it right here. My larger plants will help protect them. They'll help protect them. And then as soon as these come out, the Bok Choy can fill in. You don't want to have gaps in your soil, so I'm going to put some of these Bok Choy right here in between. I know it's two, that's fine. Plant them in between my squash plants over here. Just like that. Grab some more. Grab like that. I'm gonna come over here. I'm just gonna separate them. I'm gonna spread them out. I'm gonna plant this one back here. I'm gonna plant some on the edges. Let's see. Actually, this might grow over stuff onto the edges, so let me stay. Put some right here. Just like that. Cover them up just a little bit. Okay, just a little right there. Okay, I'm just gonna take out these little weeds. The thing is, when you fertilize your plants, you're also fertilizing the weeds that are already into the soil. I'm gonna kind of spread them out like that. Okay. So these are some kind of squash seeds. I'm not going to keep them. I'm just gonna kind of mess them up in the soil like that. So over here I have a couple of volunteer squash plants. I'm gonna take them out and then move them somewhere else. I'm gonna stick them in here. I don't really have anywhere for them to go, but this is actually my sweet potato bed. Let's just see if they can all interplant together. Let's just try this out. Put that one there. It's like one little root. Maybe it'll hold. Oh, this one I think I broke it. I'm gonna plant them like this. Let's curve it up like that. Okay. And now over here, I do not want this. I don't want that. I'm gonna take all these little ones out. Uh-oh, you know what? That was actually part of the plant. All right. I'm gonna take these out, move my mulch back around, take out what I can, and then kind of just shift around to disturb the roots on what I can't. look, that's a tomato. Okay, I'll come back for that. But if it has any roots left on it. I'm gonna put these in here. I feel like I probably shouldn't, because maybe they might end up back into my soil later if they take root in there, but we'll see. So I planted some kale back here underneath my plants. And again, the reason is to act as a ground cover, but also because they were still small, I wanted to give them some protection from both pests and this bright sun that is now coming in March and April. So the taller plants will help to cover it until it's ready to come on out and take over. So there's one right here as well. See that? So here's one of my unexpected cauliflower plants. And cauliflower typically do not grow more than one plant. So after the cauliflower is grown, and I will be eating the leaves on it as well, I have a squash plant here already ready to take over, and I planted kale plants down here. Between now and when this cauliflower will be ready for harvesting, it will help protect my smaller seedlings that are back here. And this will then come out. Then I have space for all of these plants to take over. So after the Florida cold snap, this plant right here, this flower, it did take a hit and it kind of died back a little bit. But as you can see, with the constant watering and some fertilizer, because I fertilized, you know, the entire bed, it is now coming back. And it's looking really pretty over here. When I plant out my garden, I plant more than just like a marigold or nasturtium flowers. I actually don't plant nasturtiums. I tried, they didn't do well. But these will do the same thing. They still attract pollinators. They also bring color to your garden. And I have this one, it's pretty large because it's growing. This is all one plant. It is kind of providing the color and the pollinator attraction for both of these beds. It is 2 small beds right here. So if you don't want to spend money on mulch, you can use leaves from your yard. In my case, this is some lemongrass that I cut back that I didn't need. And I'm going to put it on top. Ideally, you know, spread it out there to help protect your seedlings and your soil from the sun and pests. I've noticed that the beds I've used lemongrass in, I seem to have less pest damage. I think it's because the lemongrass still has that lemony smell that a lot of pests don't really like. My cantaloupe seeds are coming in back there. All right, y'all, so I have my things here. I harvested some red Russian kale, some dino kale, some turnip green leaves, and my papayas that fell off of my tree. Oh, along with some mint. I always end up getting mint. And I think I may have some celery in here as well. So, happy gardening.
There's so much waste we don't know to